All right, guys, welcome to the channel. I'm going to be going over some changes I made to my everyday carry bag. Uh, Starting with, I switched over to a 945, which I'll probably go into a review maybe in a couple weeks once I've had some really good use on this and everyday use to it. But I wanted to kind of talk about why I made the switch from this Vertex to the 945. So I'm going to set this to the side and kind of go through with you on this. Some things I didn't really like about this was, first, there was a front pouch on here on the front that folded out where you could slide your phone into. I never used it. I got rid of it. I cut it out. You can actually kind of see the residual plastic in some areas where I cut that out. So that made it a little bit thinner, which I preferred. I started realizing that I started to stuff this a little bit too much, so I didn't like that. But overall, it wasn't too bad of a bag. I still do enjoy some things about it. I wish the one thing when you have this positioned, if you're not wearing it like a regular crossbody and more of like a fanny pack, this does bunch up some. Depending on how tight you have this, I prefer to have it a little bit tighter. But when it's on your waist, it bunches up a little bit, and I'm not a big fan of that. So I wish it was a little bit more rigid. But my biggest complaint on this bag, and I've gone through a review on this previously, my biggest complaint was the setup. It has these two red tabs. So they have like an actual like hook and a pull strap essentially that you hook into there. That way you have your quick access to it. But for me personally, it doesn't work. And that's a big issue to me. So I'd have my gun in here and I'd practice this, tried it many different ways, see if I was doing it wrong, see if I positioned it wrong. And you go to pull this, and that's your access. That's it. It doesn't matter how hard you pull, you gotta like yank that thing. Maybe if you go down like that, it's too awkward, especially if you're in a high stress situation. Maybe you just go down. But again, that's kind of an awkward position with your left or non-dominant hand. So I never liked that. So just an example, you throw your gun in there, whichever way position, and high stress situation, you pull the tab, that's your access. My hand's bigger than that hole. That doesn't work for me. So you're kind of fumbling more trying to grab your gun out of that bag. So that was a big annoyance to me. That was my biggest pet peeve with this bag, and I wish it was a little bit more rigid. And then as well, their existing kind of holster attachment is a joke in itself, which I think most people know. They're little Velcros. What I used to do is I take my standard inside the waistband holster, put it in here, kind of like that, and then tighten this, wrap it around, and have the clip holding on to that, and then Velcro that in. The only problem is this is still the same kind of problem, super loose, super flexible, flimsy. Didn't like that at all. So that was kind of my big reason for switching over to the 945. The other reason why I switched to the 945 as well is because of the holsters, existing holsters that come with it. And I got two different holsters for it. This was all purchased with my own money, so a little pricey. But the holsters itself are really nice. I like that it has the Velcro on it. The holsters were great. I haven't had a single issue with this, but I've only had it for a couple days. Right out of the box, the retention was good. I think this one, I might have tightened it a little bit. I can't remember now. But even then, I know this one, I haven't changed the tightened or changed the adjusted or anything like that. Retention works really good on these. I like the Velcro, so I can use it on my Vertex bag or any other bag that I have, which is nice. There's tons and tons of concealed carry, like quick access bags from 511 and Savior Equipment, which I do use, and I love that. So it's nice being able to put this with the Velcro in the bag, and I have a holster already that I can use throughout my whole system, essentially. So what I love about this is the, just for quick reference, that's your Kimber Macro 9, small gun, just real quick. completely empty, magazine's empty, nothing in the chamber. So this gun fits really nice in here. This is the SIG P365X Macro, California model. Again, completely empty. You can see the magazine and nothing in the chamber. This is, it's still a decent sized gun, but it conceals very well in this bag. Just a quick example, which, I mean, there's tons of videos. What I did notice about this was if you keep it loose, kind of throughout time, this will kind of snake back a little bit in there. So if you keep it and pinch it like so, it keeps it out straight, just like that, which is nice. That makes it a little bit easier. Needless to say, every single time works. Every single time. I've tried it a whole bunch of times, different configurations. It opens up perfectly. This is plenty of access to get into my firearm. Just real quick, just for example, some other things I didn't know about this. One, it has the front pocket, which I like. It's decent size. Same kind of pocket on the back, which I didn't know it had a back pocket, so you can put some more stuff in there. But one thing I didn't realize was the adjustability on the clips. They're actually pretty nice heavy duty clips, but you can keep it on your side if you want to do like your standard, which both of them you can move. So this you can put and carry it like a regular fanny, which is a lot better on these adjustments than, trying to do mismatched. I keep it this way just because it's easier for my configuration, because I carry this crossbody, which, that's just my preference. And it also has a smaller strap which hooks into these with a small bungee on it that way you can tie it around your kind of like your torso. But it's actually kind of cool because you can actually move both of these to the top with your small strap, and you can have it kind of like a chest rig a little bit, which is kind of nice. But the flexibility of being able to move the strap around different configurations makes it really nice, as well as a lot more user friendly, depending on your preference or your style of wearing this on you. As you can see, I'm using one of the straps just to hold one of my pins, just because I'm always losing pins, and it seems like I always need a pin half the time. But I've been pretty happy with this bag. The one thing I didn't really look forward to on this bag, which is one thing I didn't like about the Vertex bag when I pulled off that front pocket, is it revealed that big logo, which, I mean, most people don't look at that, but if you know what you're looking at, you recognize it. It's the same thing with the 945. It's pretty, to me, this emblem is noticeable. But again, to most people, I don't think they'll even think twice about that. In most of the videos, this sticks out kind of like a sore thumb to me that I've seen on YouTube. But once I got it in person, it doesn't really stick out as much as I thought it would stick out. So originally I was going to take my knife and just cut that off, cut the threads and pull it off and get rid of the logo completely. But I've just decided to stick with it for the time being, unless maybe down the road I decide to cut it. But it's less conspicuous than I thought originally when I was looking at the bag. So that was one of the reasons I went with the Vertex over this originally. But I wish I would have went with this first, because there's too many issues to overlook on the Vertex bag, especially trying to do a quick access pull on this. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. If you bought some other bags, or you've kind of moved over to the 945 Industries side of things, or if you've tried some other ones that you like more. I have liked this. I've only been wearing it for a couple of days now, but it's far more comfortable than the Vertex, in my opinion, mostly because I can change that adjustability, and it is a lot more rigid. Obviously, it has the gun in it right now, but even without the gun, it's still a little bit more rigid than the Vertex, which I like, so it keeps its shape on my body. Pretty simple built for the most part. It's keeps it compact. There's only two pockets, and then your main pocket for the gun. But again, the flawless pull every single time. That's what you want. You want reliability. You want quick access for your firearms. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you don't mind, give it a like. subscribe, comment. I do look at comments and I try to usually respond pretty quickly, especially if they're questions. I like to give my opinion on things, and or if you're looking at something that I have already purchased, I can give you references of where I purchased it. I don't really post affiliate links currently. Uh, I keep on going back and forth on that stuff, but I'm not here to make money from you guys. I'm here to give my opinions, help some people out if they have questions, or give them some ideas. But thanks for watching, guys, and hope you enjoyed it.